uumpisahan natin ng understanding of e-commerce. So we're going to teach you how you can build and then of course launch and grow your online store. Ayan, and then stay tuned lang po. Keep an eye on the notifications on the calendar. Doon po namin i-release yung iba pang mga e-commerce courses na pwede po ninyong attendan ngayong quarter 1. So kung mapapansin nyo, meron tayong Q&A feature. So again, if you have questions, pwede nyo po yung ibato sa Q&A and then I'll address and accommodate all of them kapag natapos po yung ating presentation. So let's begin. It's 4:04. So those who are, I think, are trying to log in, pwede naman po silang humabol and we are recording naman our session today. So we'll be able to upload this one in YouTube or baka kahit sa Facebook. Kaya if you're not a member yet of the Shopee University Facebook group, magpa-register na po kayo after this para meron kayong chance to replay itong ating course this afternoon. So, ilipat ko lang. Okay, so content of our topic or the topics that we're going to cover today, overview of the e-commerce, how to start a profitable e-commerce business, and what's paid advertising. And then, of course, last part is I am going to give you a chance to, of course, share naman po anything that you've learned or your thoughts about what we are going to discuss today. So our first topic is introduction to e-commerce. So e-commerce naman po is simply very simple lang ang definition ng e-commerce. It's just buying and selling of goods and services using the internet. So kung wala pong internet, hindi magkakaroon ng e-commerce. So it was first introduced to us in the 1960s. Napakatagal na. That was, I think, when my mom was born, 1960. Yan yung panahon na pinanganak yung mga parents natin. And then it was introduced via an electronic data interchange or EDI and value-added networks o yung mga tinatawag na VANs. So the medium grew and with the increased availability of internet access and the advent of popular online sellers in the 1990s and early 2000s. So if you can imagine, so 1990s pa lang and early 2000, meron na po palang mga online stores or may mga online shops na we were probably not that familiar kasi as if I am not mistaken, yung internet naman naging popular siya o naging accessible siya sa lahat po, no? I think sometime 2005 or 2004. Kasi I was in high school then, natatandaan ko wala pang internet sa bahay. So students would normally go and look for an internet cafe para makakonect sa internet. Hindi pa siya masyadong accessible sa mga tao. I think very expensive pa yung mga internet plans nung panahon na yon. Nagsimula sa broadband, sa dial-up. I think dial-up muna. It has to, I think, somehow be connected to a telephone and then sobrang bagal pa ng internet connection kaya hindi pa naging popular or in demand yung e-commerce. And then, just to show you po an idea kung gaano na ba kalaki ang e-commerce industry. So let's just take a look at this graph that I'm sharing with all of you today. So sales in billion US dollars po ito mga sellers. So in 2021, so this was just last year, retail e-commerce sales amounted to an estimated 4.9 trillion US dollars worldwide. Okay, this figure is forecast or was forecasted to grow by 50% over the next 4 years. And by 2025, that's 3 years from now, okay, it's projected that the total value or revenue po ng e-commerce sales worldwide would reach 4 or 7.4 trillion dollars. And that's again by 2025. 2022 na po tayo ngayon, 3 taon na lang, no? Ma-achieve or ma-reach na yung 7.4 trillion dollars na total sales in US dollars po worldwide. So kung makikita natin dito sa ating graph, 2014, 1,336 hanggang sa lumago na siya ng lumago. 2020, it was when the pandemic happened, no? Nung nakita natin na talagang tumaas na yung usage, okay? At saka yung nagpa-patronize ng mga online products and services. And then 2025, ayun na nga po, magiging $7.4 trillion na siya by 2025. So nung ngayon pa lang, 2022, 5 trillion US dollars na po yan. So very exciting talaga ang mundo ng e-commerce. And then, let's talk about the categories of e-commerce. Meron pong iba't ibang kategorya ang e-commerce. So baka right now you're not sure yet, or baka you're not sure how you identify your business as whether it's this kind of category or saang category po ba na belong yung klase ng store or online shop na meron kayo. Let's identify po, no, kung ano-ano yung mga categories ng e-commerce. We have first what we call the B2B or business to business. So this one involves companies that are doing business with each other. So one example is manufacturers selling to distributors and wholesalers selling to retailers. So yan po yung tinatawag na B2B or business to business. We have naman po B2C or business to consumer. Ito naman po yung businesses that are selling to the public through shopping cart software. So without needing any human interaction. This is what most people think of when they hear the word e-commerce. Okay, yung business to consumer. Like one good example is kung meron kayong store or online shop sa platform, sa Shopee platform, and then you're the business, and then your consumer is yung mga nagsa-shop through our platform. Okay, next is C2B o yung tinatawag natin na consumer to business. In e-commerce, C2B, our consumers post a project with a set budget online and companies bid on that particular project. So the consumer reviews the bids and selects the company. So Elance is an example of this. I'm not familiar with Elance, but you can also search po dito sa company na to later after our session para magkaroon kayo ng idea kung ano ba yung consumer to business. And then we have consumer to consumer. This takes place within online classified ads, different forums or marketplaces where individuals can buy and sell their goods. Examples po ng C2C or consumer to consumer is yung Craigslist, yung eBay or Etsy. Isa pa dyan yung Facebook Marketplace. If I have, let's say, an old outfit that I want to also sell, it's considered second-hand. If I have like an old gadget, an old phone, and I want to sell it, normally what people would do, they would just upload it in Facebook Marketplace. So yan po yung example ng consumer to consumer. Yung unang panahon, I think ang nangyayari is magbabayad sila ng maliit na space or ad sa mga tabloids or sa mga newspapers para ibenta yung mga product nila. Meron ng buy and sell na hindi ko alam kung familiar po kayo. Meron talagang tabloid or parang newspaper and ang pangalan nun is buy and sell. So naaalala ko yung grandparents ko, lagi silang may supply or lagi kaming may supply ng buy and sell na newspaper. Yun po yung classic example ng consumer to consumer. Meron ding mga business doon or businesses doon na nag-a-advertise. Sila naman po yung tinatawag natin na B2C. But if it's just an individual person, no, trying to sell a product or maybe kahit na ano na gusto niyang ibenta at nag-advertise siya, nag-upload siya sa social media, then mako-consider po siya na consumer to consumer or C2C kind of e-commerce. Okay, so again, we have B2B, business to business, big brands or a brand selling to another company, another big company We have business to consumer. We have a big brand or a business or a big business selling to customers or consumers. And then we have consumer to business and then consumer to consumer. Okay, next. There is an analysis that's called SWOT or SWOT analysis in e-commerce that can help you in trying to analyze whether yung pag-online business or magpag-open ba ng online shop is something that okay with you, no? Something that you can consider kumbaga right now kasi to be able now to carry out a smooth and successful business, you should also know and learn how to analyze your actions. So hindi pwede sa negosyo yung hindi ka marunong mag-critical thinking. Diba? So gone are the days na kapag may gusto kang ibenta, i-upload mo lang, kakausapin mo lang yung mga kaibigan mo na, oy, may binibenta akong ganitong product. Hindi na daw po ganyan ang klase ng pagmamalakad ng negosyo ngayon. Dapat smart business or wise business owner ka na. So you must learn and you must know how to strategize kasi maraming factors po ang dapat na kinoconsider, not just your capital. No, right now you also must learn how to find the right product. So kung ano yung product na naisip mo, dapat alam mo kung paano siya i-market and you must know how you can identify your target audience or your potential customers. So all these po, diba, would it be something successful or let's say relevant kung hindi kayo marunong mag-strategize at mag-analyze ng inyong magiging action. So meron tayong tinatawag na SWOT analysis. So the primary objective of doing the SWOT analysis, the primary action of doing SWOT analysis is to help organizations or even us small-time business owners develop a full awareness of all the factors. Ano-ano po ulit yung mga factors? Number one, of course, our capital. So number two, profit. Paano ko magkakaroon ng profit with this capital or startup capital? Okay, target audience, target buyer. How do I market my product? Will I need to hire an influencer? Will I need to pay a celebrity, okay, to help me promote and market my product? So those are the factors po involved when we make business decisions. So this method was created by Albert Humphrey in 1960, and he's part of the Stanford Research Institute. So how do we execute SWOT analysis? So S meaning po ay, dito siya eh. Okay, SWOT analysis is basically an acronym of strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Okay, kaya po siya tinawag na SWOT. Okay, the primary objective of a SWOT analysis is to help organizations or small-time business owners like us be able to develop a full awareness of all the factors that are involved in making business decisions. And we perform SWOT analysis before we commit to any sort of company action. Do I hire additional manpower? Kaya ba ng budget ko to level up my packaging materials? So instead of using bubble wrap, I'm gonna be using an organic cling wrap or something like that. Will my budget allow me to purchase the upgraded version of the materials? So whether you are exploring new initiatives, revamping internal policies, considering opportunities to pivot or alter a plan to its execution, it's best daw po to do the SWOT analysis first. And then use your SWOT analysis to discover recommendations and strategies with a focus on leveraging strength and opportunities to overcome your weaknesses and strength. It's very easy to do the SWOT analysis. You simply have to take note. Okay, jot down your strengths and then your weaknesses, your opportunities and strength, and then coincide it with whatever your plan is or your plans are. So example of strengths po is right now, when I launched my product 3 months ago, I was able to acquire 300 new followers. That's considered a strength. I was able to outbound 500 pieces of this shirt, knowing that I only launched like couple of months ago. So which would mean that I'm able to outbound, I'm able to sell 100 to 200 pieces of this shirt or this product in a month. That's considered your strength. Your weaknesses naman is I do not know how to create art cards or graphics. That's why I still do not know how I could promote it through Instagram or Facebook. So that's your weakness because you haven't really gotten to know or learn how you could market your product. And your weakness can also include not having the budget to hire someone or to hire an influencer or to hire like one person who can promote your business or your product through TikTok or through Facebook. So that's considered your weakness. So budget, no? And then opportunities naman, I was able to talk to a friend and she's actually willing to invest and be like my business partner. She can lend me or she can contribute, let's say 50% or 500,000 peso so that I could expand my business or buy more supplies, let's say of this shirt, of this education materials, whatever business you may have, then that's considered an opportunity. And then of course, threats. So threats can include in the platform, like how many shops or stores are selling the same product already. That's your threat. So in the current, like for example, area where I'm selling my product, ilan dito ang estudyante, ilan dito ang working parents, ilan dito ang mga single mom, and aligned ba sila sa klase ng product na gusto kong i-launch, i-promote dito sa mga potential customers na to. So that's how you identify your strength, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and then your, of course, possible threats in the business. So that's called, again, the SWOT analysis. Isusulat nyo lang po yan sa papel. Diba? Ililabel nyo lang, SWOT, under S, your strengths. Write down, jot down your strengths, and then weaknesses naman should fall under your weaknesses column or column W, and then you have opportunities, and then you have threats. It's good, but I don't think it would be possible na wala kayong nakikitang threats, diba? Or kung wala kayong opportunities right now, so pwede nyong iwang blanco yan, but you just don't stop there. Dapat gagawa kayo ng paraan na magkaroon kayo ng opportunity or something to write under opportunity para at least ma-meet or somehow slowly, little by little, is must start ninyo whatever action or whatever plans you have that will help you grow your business. Okay, so that's again called the SWOT analysis. Okay, how do we start a profitable e-commerce business? So paano ba? Ano ba talaga ang sekreto? Do I just create an account in Shopee? Do I go live on Facebook? Ano po ba yung tamang paraan para makapag-start ako ng, again, profitable e-commerce business? I'm highlighting and I'm giving emphasis on the word profitable kasi hindi po namin kayo tuturuan kung paano lang mag-start ng e-commerce business. Ang ituturo natin sa inyo or namin sa inyo is how do we start and launch a profitable e-commerce business so that we wouldn't be wasting our time. Okay, let's face or accept the fact, it's a reality na may mga businesses that wouldn't thrive. There are businesses that wouldn't last long in the industry dahil hindi po nakaplano at hindi maayos yung kanilang pag-execute ng kanilang plans, no? Ngayon, pag-aaralan natin yan. How do we start a profitable e-commerce business? So, first is starting an e-commerce business is pure hard work. Okay, so let's always remember that if we would want to start an e-commerce or an online business, it would require hard work and will demand a lot of decisions that come together at the most right time. So we need to work hard. We need to be able to know when and how to decide bago tayo mag-start ng ating business. So to help you, we are putting together a comprehensive plan for starting a business, whether it's big or small. Meron pong comprehensive plan that can guide you if you think of starting your own e-commerce or online business. So these have been organized based on the most important tasks that you'll face when learning, when launching, and growing your profitable online business. So the first one is choosing the right product to sell. Ito po yung pinakamahalaga. Anong product ba yung dapat kong ibenta? So the first step to building an e-commerce business is knowing what products that you are going to sell online, whether it's wholesale or direct to your customers or direct to consumers. This often is the most challenging part of starting a new online business, but you must learn to identify different strategies that you can use to find product opportunities, explore the best places to look for product ideas, and finally, look at trending products to consider. Okay, one good example. Since I like to shop for clothes. Okay, I would normally go to the mall and just buy a new shirt. Although yung closet ko, punong-puno na siya ng mga shirt, punong-puno na ng mga damit, I make it a point that every week I would buy a shirt para I have something new to wear lalo na pag nag-back to office na. So, since I am very much in love with different designs and different mga graphics ng shirts, if I am to put up a business, it would probably have something to do with clothes since yun yung pinaka gusto ko at mahilig kong binibili. So now that I know that I'm going to be selling clothes, next is to explore best places to look for product ideas. Number one, product ideas. Saan ako kukuha or saan ako magsusource ng supplier ko if in case I am going to be putting up my own brand of shirt or brand of clothes. Diba? I can probably go to Bangkok because mura ang mga tela sa Bangkok. If I don't want to go out of the country, I can maybe source yung mga suppliers or supply ng mga linens or ng mga tela. If let's say I go to Taytay Rizal kasi Taytay Rizal is very popular naman na supplier o yan talaga yung market ng kung saan ka makakakita ng murang mga tela and then mga murang mga shirts. And then in terms of the designs, will I be doing it myself? Will I be designing the clothes myself? Or will I hire someone or a graphic designer to help me come up with such good and very, very nice designs? And then finally, look at what are trending or the products that are trending over the net or the internet right now. Paano ba natin malalaman kung ano yung mga nagtitrend? You simply have to go to TikTok. You can just go to Instagram. So kung sino man yung mga sikat na celebrities or influencers that you follow, try to visit their pages, their profiles, para makita nyo kung ano ba usually yung sinusuot nila. Meron bang pattern ng design? Are most of them into sling bag? Are most of them into mga different hats na may mga different designs? Are most of them into a particular design of shirt? Mapapansin nyo po yan kapag nag-observe kayo. And you can easily do that just by visiting yung different social media pages or different social media accounts ng mga famous personalities na fina-follow ninyo. Kasi normally, bakit po, no? Bakit mga famous personalities? Kasi ang trend naman po, nagsisimula yan sa mga famous personality. Kahit po ako, since I'm not famous, even if I step out right now wearing something that's weird or something that would attract attention, that won't, I think that won't create news kasi hindi naman po ako sikat na personality. So hindi kakalat, hindi magiging trend yung design na yan o yung product na yan unless someone famous or someone popular tends to promote or somehow promote and makita ng mga user na ginagamit yung product na yan ng particular na famous na personality. So that's how you observe which products are trending or which items are kind of in demand in the season. Okay, so that's number one. So product evaluation. So kung alam nyo na kung ano yung product na pwede ninyong i-market or ibenta, so meron tayong tinatawag na product evaluations. And in order for us to properly evaluate yung significance ng product natin, no, meron kaming set of questions here that you can use as framework or guide basically in order to get a better glimpse or idea of your product potential, and then help us somehow be able to also avoid mga dangerous na risk or potential na risk. So number one, what is the potential market size or demand? If I will be selling bestida, sino ba ang magiging potential market ko? Siyempre, sino po ba yung mga nagsusuot ng bestida? Normally, mga mommies or mga lolas, right? Kung ang aking product ay magiging, let's say, for example, slip-ons or mga slippers or mga very fashion what do you call this? Yung nicely designed na mga footwears. So sino yung magiging potential market ko? Kung very cute at pang teenager yung design ng aking mga slippers or ng aking mga slip-ons, so there's a possibility na ang magiging potential market ko is yung mga teenagers. Kasi hindi naman siguro magsusuot yung mga lola at mga mommies ng mga pang teenager na design ng slippers, right? And then number two, who are your competitors? So ngayon, if let's say you would want your business to let's say start and launch through the Shopee platform, sino-sino ba at ilan na ba yung competitors ko sa Shopee platform ngayon? Madali lang pong malaman kung ilan ang competitor ninyo. Search nyo lang kung ano yung product na gusto ninyong ibenta. Mafi-filter nyo pa kung sino yung top seller, kung sino yung pinakamadaming sold count, kung sino yung pinakamurang presyo. Makikita nyo po yon sa platform. Ganon kabilis. Is it a trend? Question number 3. Is it a trend, fad, flat, or a growing market? So few months or several months from now, makikita ko ba itong produkto na to na ginagamit pa din ng mga tao? Can your potential customers buy the product locally? Who are your target customers? What is your potential selling price? Which I think is very, very important. Kasi your potential selling price should match, and align po with the kind of market or customers that you are going to target. And then question number 7, what is your potential markup? What is your product size and weight? Will you face seasonality swings? So pag sinabing seasonality swings, ng mga jackets, lalo na yung mga jackets na may mga may tawag sila dun yung makakapal na jacket. So seasonality swings, ibig sabihin, magiging trending lang yung product ninyo kapag tag-ulan or kapag winter season. And naman po na sa Pilipinas, laging mainit. So pwede nyo i-consider na baka during summer season or summertime, magiging mababa talaga yung demand ng product natin. So is your product consumable or disposable? Kasi kapag disposable, it will be, I think, a lot easier for us to promote it. Because even, especially right now, that I think a lot of people are trying to absorb the minimalist vibe. So maraming tao ang gustong disposable ang ginagamit nila. Diba? Kaya mas madali na natin yung ma-market ngayon. And last question, Are there any restrictions or regulations on your product? Pinagbabawal ba ng FDI or Fed of what's that? FDA. Sorry, I'm just confused. Ng FDA or may mga restrictions ba ang FDA dito sa product na to? Will I face problems with, let's say, tawag dito, kapag dumadaan po yung mga produkto sa yung sinasabi nilang kurakot na department, what's that? Pag dumaan sa, mamaya na lang po pag naalala ko na yan. Pero, di ba, if usually kapag tingnan ko nga sa may mga tumutulong sa customs, ayan. Oh, I'm just kidding po the word na kurakot. It's not true. I'm just trying to make a funny remark. Biro lang po yun. So, customs. Yan. So, pag dumaan sa customs, will I face restrictions? Will I have to pay a huge amount of penalty or huge amount of parang tax kapag ang supplier ko will be coming from abroad pa? Yan. So, dapat kino-consider yung mga bagay na yan. And that's how you evaluate your product. Kapag lahat ng answers po ninyo sa product evaluation questions na ito ay yes, yes, yes. Ibig sabihin, puro positive. Let's say out of how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 questions, 9 or 10 or let's say 8 out of 11. No? Puro positive. Doable. No? Ang inyong magiging answers dito sa mga questions na to, then that's already a go signal for you, to start selling that product. So for many of the points here won't be perfect answers. Ayun, meron naman pong disclaimer, hindi naman perfect answers ang mga sagot na lagi ninyong or mga pwede ninyong maging sagot sa mga product evaluation questions na ito. Most of the time nga, educated guesses lang sila di ba? Manghuhula lang tayo. Baka nga naman pwede siya, kahit tag-ulan. Baka nga naman kahit mga students bilhin tong product ko na to. So, educated guesses lang din. But each of these questions are meant to help you better understand your own product choice and all the other factors of building a business around that product. Okay, so take note of the questions or you can maybe just take a screenshot of this para mag-guide at masagot niyo siya kapag ready na kayo to launch your own online business. Okay, so tingnan ko lang yung ibang mga chat. No, Sir Louis, I'm still kidding. It's a reality, but that is just a joke. Okay, so study and prepare. That's number 2. We're done with product evaluation. Number 2, study and prepare. You've decided and finalized your product, evaluated its potential, and was able to source a reliable supplier. So it's also something po na dapat mag-iingat tayo, yung tinatawag natin na supplier. Dapat reliable. Hindi puro promise, hindi yung pagdating ng demand, iiwan ka na sa ere. But before you get into all of these, you will need to thoroughly understand your competition so you know that what you're up against and how you can make your products stand out. Okay, so marami na Imagine how many other sellers are selling shirts. How many other sellers are selling mga pre-loved items. How many other sellers are selling branded shoes or unbranded shoes. Sobrang dami na po nila. So your question that you must ask yourself is, how do I make my product stand out? Okay, will I make it through let's say, a very unique kind of design? Will I make it through, let's say, a help of an influencer or a celebrity? Will I make it through making something that would go viral? Diba? So how do you make your product stand out? So that's the biggest question. Because if we are going to talk about competition, then we might end up ending our webinar, let's say, a week from now, because that's going to be never ending. Ang dami-dami na pong competition. So the key to success is asking yourself this simple question. how do I make my product stand out? Kahit pa, regardless of the product, kahit clothes pa yan, kahit kitchenware pa yan, kahit home appliance pa yan, kahit na gamit yan sa comfort room or adult toy man yan, how do you make it stand out? Okay, so a business plan. So there's what we call a business plan. So try writing a business plan. So a business plan is your roadmap to success. It will help you bring your ideas and thoughts together. So it's vital in determining what to prioritize and how to effectively reach new customers. So when you write a business plan, I would recommend that you brainstorm with someone that's, I think, someone you consider expert, no? Let's say a family member who can be involved in the decision making. Okay, kasi kapag mas maraming ideas, 'di ba? Mas marami kayong nakukuhang ideas, mas marami kayong na-eliminate sa mga possible threats kasi maraming brain at maraming mind or thoughts yung nag-help at nagka-come together na para maging maayos yung inyong business plan. But it's up to you. If you're well-versed naman po of the in and outs of the e-commerce, then why not, diba? Baka kung gusto niyo mag-isa lang kayo nag-write ng business plan niyo, wala naman din po ang problema. So, number 3, setting up your business. Setting up the business doesn't have to be complicated. Since you already have your ideas in place, so meron na tayong product, nasagot na natin yung tanong na how do I make my product stand out? So you may now start to accomplish these 2 very important tasks. So number 1, 4 pala to, no? Hindi lang 2. Bakit 2 yung nakalagay? 4 very important tasks. Number 1, naming your business, creating a brand logo, building your online store, and choosing your preferred sales channels. Okay, naming your business, for some people, they find it easy peasy, but for others, they find it the most challenging part. Okay, it's up to you. Kung talagang meron na kayong gustong pangalan ng negosyo ninyo, if you feel na magbibigay ng lock sa inyo yung pangalan ng business na yan, then go for gold. Creating a brand logo, if you're gifted with the talent na you can come up with different designs that are unique, then good for you. You wouldn't have to pay someone or a professional to help you with the designs, diba? So building your online store, it's quite easy. Mamaya sasabihin ko sa inyo how do we build our online store and then how to choose your preferred sales channel. So next is choosing the perfect name for your business muna tayo. Find a clear, powerful name for your business. It can help you in your marketing and your branding efforts. So you may consider these few helpful tips by Forbes on how to come up with a winning name for your business. Okay, so number 1, avoid hard to spell names. Okay, so yung mga pangalan ng mga batang binibinyagan recently, yung mga, I think, yung mga priests, sila father, naku-confuse na sila, nagkakaroon na ng mga typo errors sa mga birth certificates, kahit sa baptismal certificates kasi ang crucial at ang complex na ng mga spelling ng mga pangalan ng mga bata ngayon. So don't pick a name that's too narrow. Okay, so wag daw po yung sobrang mahaba like yung title ng bagong series sa Netflix ngayon. So sobrang narrow ng pangalan ng title ng palabas. So ang tendency is nahihirapang magkaroon ng recall sa consumers or sa customers yung inyong brand name o yung business name. So conduct a thorough research. When we say conduct a thorough research, first identify baka naman meron ng gumagamit ng product name or ng brand name na yan. Diba? In the first place, you wouldn't be able to push through with DTI registration kapag meron na kayong kapangalan na negosyo or existing na brand. So get the .com domain name. Okay, that's not really applicable, especially kung sa Shopee naman po kayo launch ng inyong business, no? Use a name that has a meaning, a personal meaning for you. Conduct a trademark search. Yan, baka naka-trademark pala yung logo na yan o yung name na yan. So magkaroon pa kayo ng problem. And then assess if the name is catchy. And then get feedback on the name. Ask your friends, diba? Run a short survey. Sabihin nyo sa mga kaibigan nyo, if you have 1,000 Facebook friends, at least 10 to 20% of them would answer kung okay ba yung business name na yan, kung meron bang recall, kung catchy ba, does it sound cheap. The last thing that you would want is to have a business that people would think that you're selling cheap products, diba? So dapat hindi cheap ang isipin nila, dapat isipin nila high quality but affordable. Okay, next is use a name that sounds good and then use a name that you are happy with. Yan. So according to Forbes, ito daw yung guide po ninyo para makapag-come up kayo with that perfect and again, powerful business or brand name. Okay, so creating a brand logo, let's just run through this slide very quickly. So top 5 online logo design tools. So these I think are free apps naman, pero meron po yata ditong mga apps na merong bayad. So meron tayong Hatchful, Logo Maker, Design Evo, Canva, which I think is very popular and widely used by most of Shopee sellers. And then, of course, Mark Maker. So these are the tools or applications that can help you design your own brand or company logo. Okay, but if you have naman the talent or baka yung anak or mga pinsan nyo magaling naman sa brand or sa logo design, so why pay pa for an app, diba? So makakatulong pa yan. Kung ako, magiging very enthusiastic pa ako to help you come up with that perfect logo. Okay, though a logo may be important, ito baka naman mag-dwell tayo ng masyadong maraming effort sa logo. Always remember that it should not identify your brand, your visual identity, and it should never be an indicator of your success. So your brand dapat, paano na-identify ang brand natin with the product that we're selling, not because of our logo. Yung visual identity natin, kapag ang mga tao naging interested sa product natin, pag nakita yun na ginagamit nito, ni kumare, ni ginagamit ng ating kapitbahay, visual identity, dapat nakikilala yung brand natin through that, not because of our logo. And hindi dapat logo natin ang maging indicate kung magiging successful ba ang ating business or hindi. Okay? So next po, building your online store. So by growing your online presence and building a positive online reputation, you have the opportunity to tap into the audience. It is important to do the right things that will leave you with a positive and remarkable online experience. So number 1, it's important that you know how to set your goals. You should know what your goals are, basically. Create a strategy, be consistent with what you are doing, join online community, and create high quality content. So pag sinabing join the online community, in Facebook alone, there are, I think, thousands different groups, no, that exist right now. Very, ano pa yan, depende pa yan sa topic usually, no, yung mga group na yan. So kapag gamer ka, there are a lot of Facebook groups that are exclusive for mga hardcore gamers. If you are an online seller, there are thousands, hundred thousands of different Facebook groups that are exclusive for online sellers. So if you are, let's say, trying to look for yung mga suppliers, ang dami-dami pong mga Facebook groups ng mga suppliers ng mga tela, ng mga gamit sa banyo, gamit sa bahay, mga kitchenwares, lahat po nasa Facebook pa lang po Facebook pa lang ang pinag-uusapan natin. And then of course, create high quality content. Make your store or your profile appears as if it's something very expensive, okay, very classy, very luxurious ang dating, but when they look at the prices, they will get surprised because it's very affordable. Diba? So yun po ang tinatawag natin na high quality content. Try to visit Louis Vuitton's website. Try to visit Pandora's website. Diba? When you visit their website, you would know already the vibe, no, na yung kanyang what do you call this, presence, no, ng website nila would give you that idea na you're going to be purchasing something that's very, very expensive. Try to copy that vibe, but make your traffic or your visitors get surprised in the end na when they check your products, very affordable pala siya. And through high quality content or product images, high quality graphics that you're going to upload in your product or in your store, magkakaroon sila ng ganong klase ng vibe or ng ganong klase ng feeling na they're buying something expensive. Pero yung presyo ang magbibigay ng shock factor na hindi naman pala. Okay, and then different types of e-commerce sales channels naman. So you can have your own shopping site if you have the budget. Go ahead and hire an IT personnel or an IT person that's good in creating HTML or mga websites. And then you can join different online marketplaces. Meron tayong Carousel. Alam ko, familiar po kayo sa Carousel. There's Facebook Marketplace. Ano pa ba? Marami pang mga different online marketplaces. No? Kahit search engines, Google. Merong mga nag-advertise ng kanilang mga businesses through Google and of course, the social media, which I think is widely used right now. Social media talaga. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, yeah. So that will actually bring me to the next slide. Ito na po yung preparing for launch na tayo. As you prepare for the launch of your new business, there are several shipping and fulfillment elements that you also need to prepare for. It's also a good idea to define your KPI. So when we say KPI, alam ko lahat po sa inyo familiar sa tinatawag natin na key performance indicators. So you have to know how to identify your own KPI once you start so that you can measure the success of your business. Okay, so dapat nata-track natin yung success. Dapat meron tayong KPI. KPI could be as simple as how many items were sold versus how many items were returned versus how many items were damaged, how many items were sold at a very low price na hindi ako nag-profit. That's how you create a KPI, your performance indicator. So ilang item ang sira, ilang item ang bumalik, ilang customers ang hindi satisfied. Diba? Yun yung mga tinatawag natin na key performance indicators. And if you are able to come up with your own set of KPIs, your business is going to be run smoothly and I think critically kasi meron kang sinusunod na parameters. Meron kang performance na tina-target mo na ma-achieve at may goal ka, kumbaga. As simple as that. So launch a checklist, no? First, connect to your chosen sales channels. Okay, so I was able to upload it in Facebook. I was able to already post it through, let's say, Craigslist, through Carousel, or through eBay. So check na yan. Check your products. Meron na akong 100 na stocks sa warehouse. So check nyo na yan. Optimize all your images. So since I have the DSLR, nakapag-come up ako with very nice and high-quality photos. So check nyo na yan. Set up your crucial pages and policies. So kung gusto ninyo na maging very clear kay customer ang inyong return and refund policy, check nyo yan. Set up and review your shipping and tax settings. So kung meron kayong mga different couriers in mind, if you want to, let's say, offer a courier or a courier partner that's not integrated with Shopee, then check nyo po yan. Add and or review your contact information. Set up analytics. Audit your own site. So when we say audit your own site, dapat you must be, then critical then when you quality check your site's content. Kung wala naman tayong sariling website, we must know how to audit and quality check our Shopee store. That is if you plan to launch your business through our platform. And then test and see for yourself. Make a purchase. Let's see, make a test purchase, order or ask someone, a relative to order from your store so that you would know how fast it would take to get delivered to you. So that you would know kung meron bang na-change sa quality ng product kapag na-transit na siya. At if let's say naging nasa transit siya ng isang linggo, will it affect your packaging? Will it affect your product quality? That's why it's important that you test so that you're able to see for yourself. Okay, so just check all the appropriate boxes in the checklist para makapagbigay na rin yan ng signal sa inyo na you're ready na to launch your business. Okay, and acquiring your first customer, so getting your first real customer is a significant milestone. Yung iba nagpapakake pa, yung iba video nila, yung first customer nila because it's considered a milestone. Imagine someone totally unrelated to you made a purchase and appreciated your product. That's really a milestone. So for every business po yan, okay? So medyo talagang ikatutuwa at ikalulundag po ninyo ang inyong first purchase, okay? So it can be hard to find the ones that would make sense for your business and produce worthwhile results. So you might want to consider, number one, considering offering a discount code to entice people to check your store. Number two, don't spam potential buyers with repetitive, low-quality promotional messages. Instead, look to provide value and make authentic connections. Ayan. So kasi kapag isa-spam natin sila ng paulit-ulit ng mga promo natin ng messages at yung ating mga reminders, we might end up in their trash or block section of the app. Okay, and every action you take online has the potential to drive traffic back to your store. So add your store URL to your personal online profiles, diba? Although it's bawal for those who are thinking of setting up or launching your product through the Shopee platform, bawal po na ilagay ninyo yung inyong Instagram or Facebook sa description ng inyong product na i-upload sa Shopee, no? That's bawal. But if you would promote your Shopee link or your Shopee page through any of your existing social media account, that would be better. Okay? So at least clear po tayo dyan sa bagay na yan. And then, e-commerce paid advertising, which I think is our last topic for today. So when we say advertising, it's the best way to get targeted traffic quickly through paid advertising. So kapag sinabi po nating traffic, isa lang po ibig sabihin yan. Ito yung mga taong nag-visit ng store or ng online store ninyo. So ang tawag po doon ay traffic. So if you have, let's say, 5 visitors, or if you had like 10 visitors today, ibig sabihin, 10 different people or 10 different Shopee users have visited and checked out on your products. So traffic po ang tawag sa kanila. And i-increase daw ang traffic kapag nag-paid advertisement tayo. So there are a lot of paid advertising channels that allow you to pay per click. There's Shopee paid ads. We have our own paid advertising. So ang tawag doon ay Shopee paid ads. Pwede kayong mag-social media advertising, which I will show you after this slide. Although, ang dapat po nating laging tatandaan that each advertising platform is different from one another, and you should choose the channel that's based on who you are targeting and how the tools allow you to reach the potential buyer. So if Facebook man yan, sino-sino ba ang gumagamit ng mga Facebook? Diba? Usually mga teenagers, yung mga merong oras, no, na magbabad sa social media. So kung ang target na customer ninyo is yung mga dancers o yung mga fashionistas, so they tend to, I think most of the time, visit TikTok naman, di ba? So pwede nyo maging preferred channel ang TikTok instead of Facebook. So that's how you analyze. So papakita ko sa inyo yung social media marketing and yung coverage ng bawat platform or social media platform right now para magkaroon po kayo ng idea. Number one, of course, is Facebook. There's 1.9 billion daily active users worldwide. So that's 1.9 billion. Number two is TikTok. There's 1 billion there's 1 billion active monthly global users naman po ang TikTok. And then, 1 billion active monthly users on Instagram or IG. Twitter has 211 million daily active users worldwide. LinkedIn has 774 million active users worldwide. And then there's YouTube that has 315 million daily active users worldwide. If you can just imagine, of course naman, not all of the active users naman get to see your product, but they can potentially see your product if you will do the social media marketing. Okay, so it's a process of creating content for social media to promote your product and or any type of services, build your own community with your target audience and drive traffic to your business. So one good example, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Belle de Jour Planner. So yung Belle de Jour Planner po, it's just a planner that's exclusive for women. But since I like the design so much, considering also the many promo and discount vouchers that they have in the planner. So naging avid user ako ng Belle de Jour Planner. And ngayon, meron ng community ang Belle de Jour. So I think I started I started buying yung Belle de Jour Planner I think 11 years ago, around 2009. And every year, instead of the Starbucks planner, I would buy the Belle de Jour planner. And now, meron na siyang community. So, ibig sabihin, naging maganda po, no? I'm just trying to give you that idea na naging maganda yung pag-transition ng Belle de Jour group. Now, from the traditional na they would only be able to sell their planners if you go to, let's say, a bookstore, to National Bookstore, to sa Fully Booked or kung ano-ano mga bookstores, doon nyo lang makikita kasi wala namang sariling store ang Belle de Jour. But right now, they've embraced na din yung e-commerce and was able to build a community pa, no, that are not just joined by women, no, but even of other sexual preference, I may say, na pwede na maging part ng community nila. So that's how we should envision yung ating magiging business, no? Para through the help of the guide and the action items and the checklist that I showed you po kanina. Okay, and then benefits of social media marketing. So it can help you increase your brand awareness. So social media has been proven to boost brand awareness by driving up engagement, no? Because through social media, people or target customers can comment, can like, can share, can repost, and can even save your advertisement or your product, basically. So generate leads and boost conversion. Social media is a simple way to improve lead generation, boost conversions, and increase sales because you're advertising to people who have opted to engage with you just by following your account. Okay, build relationship with your customers. So, nung nasa traditional pa tayo, no, na mag-open ka ng store, it's very hard and I think it's very challenging to build rapport and that certain connection with your customers. Kasi normally when they visit your store, namamadali sila or hindi naman sila nakikipag-usap talaga sa inyo as the owner. Normally, they're just faced by sino ba? Yung mga sales lady or yung mga staff ninyo, di ba? But through social media, kahit kayo mismo na owner, nagkakaroon kayo ng chance to build connection, build good relationship with your audience or with your target customers, and learn from your competitors, which is the last benefit. So social media allows you to get a look at what is and isn't working for your competition, and therefore help you decide what should or you shouldn't change in terms of how your company approach certain things or certain issues. Okay, so sharing of thoughts and learnings, which of course is like what I've said to kanina, the last part of our what do you call this? Webinar. Okay, for today. So I have one question here. Can I get a copy of the presentation? I am going to ask our PR since we have the Shopee Uni logo po, I am not so confident that I am able to share this with you kasi kailangan pa yan ng approval ng PR every time na we would want to release a Shopee material, because this one is considered a Shopee material. So kailangan pa po ng approval. So kapag nagbigay sila ng approval, I might be able to share it with you. Yun po. But pag hindi, baka po hindi. Although we're going to maybe try to upload this one in the Seller Education Hub. So kung familiar po kayo sa Seller Education Hub, pwede nyo pong i-search doon yung e-commerce na topic natin today para magkaroon kayo ng visibility dito sa ating presentation. Okay, so please allow me to thank each and every one of you po that joined our webinar today. Maraming salamat po. I hope na meron kayong natutunan at may apply po natin. Siyempre, application pa din naman po ang magiging mahalagang bagay or mahalagang take away ko for all of you. Not just the learning, but to actually be able to apply it sa inyong mga businesses talaga. Okay, so inuulit ko po, maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. Magandang hapon po, a good and safe afternoon, evening na pala sa inyong lahat, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Just wait for my email reply to your questions po, and maraming salamat. I'll have to say goodbye for now. Thank you po, our dear sellers. Thank you very much. Salamat po.